Bing Crosby, Justin Bieber. Bing Crosby, Justin Bieber. Bing Crosby. Oh, no, that's not what I do in my spare time. No. I'm not equating Bing Crosby and Justin Bieber especially because I know a lot of jazz musicians just have very strong opinions about Mr. Bieber. But it's the role of pop singers in the culture and relating to jazz that I'm sort of weighing. And hi, I'm Ron Drotos, and this is my Journey Through the Real Book number 143. Thanks for being here, whether this is the first one you've seen or if you've been following the series or whatever. I'm gonna get through all 400 tunes, doing one a week. It's gonna take 8 years, but we're almost halfway. Well, a year away from halfway. So, Guilty is the 143rd song. This was not in the original real book, the one compiled by students at the Berklee College of Music in the 70s. This is the sort of new official version, Hal Leonard, and they put the tune Guilty in it. It's a wonderful tune, but it actually brings up the question of pop singers a lot. I mean, popular music singers. So it's not a song that's a standard at jam sessions. I don't think I've ever been to a jam session where someone says, hey, okay, we just played Night in Tunisia. Let's play Guilty. 1, 2. No, it's not like that. Not even among ballads. It's not like a Body and Soul that, there's not a million instrumental versions. Miles Davis didn't do a classic version of this. And I think I've played it once or twice on gigs with singers. Singers do it. But not really on a regular basis. So I came back to it kind of fresh for this. And at first thought, first glance, I said, it's kind of a typical tune. The melody, it's not like a tune that instrumentally stands out like a Stardust or something that has just beautiful chord changes or a melody that's unique. So I was playing it, and it occurred to me, it's a pop song. It's a popular song, It's from 1931. It didn't, Bing Crosby did sing it very early on, but it didn't really become famous and popular until the 40s. And there's versions by Ella Fitzgerald. Billie Holiday has a great version of it. And the reason I'm bringing up pop singers is that if you just look at the melody, it's kind of nondescript. It's a very typical standard song of that time. But then I realized that it's typical in kind of the best way. It's just if you listen to like 10 songs from whatever pop singer you might like today, or an Elton John or something, not necessarily the big hits, but a lot of the album tracks, they're kind of gems, but some of them may sound kind of similar to one another. They're in the same vein, or if pop music, might go, the chord progressions might be similar from one song to the next. And what makes them different is often the lyrics. And that's what this is. It's called Guilty, and the lyrics are basically, if it's a crime to love you, yes, I'm guilty because I love you. It's very charming, right? And one of the reasons that instrumentalists that we all idolize as jazz musicians, like a Miles Davis, Lester Young, even Charlie Parker, John Coltrane, they could play, Wynton Marsalis today, can really play lyrically. It's because, especially the ones back in the day, they heard these sounds all the time, like Bing Crosby. They heard it on the radio. They heard these people singing like that in clubs, everywhere you went, before records even became really big back in the 40s. It was in the air. When you hear Miles Davis play My Funny Valentine, a classic studio recording with his quintet in the 50s, he was actually thinking of the lyrics. You can tell. He couldn't get away from the lyrics. If I said, okay, do not think of the lyrics to Don't Think of the Lyrics, or Don't Think of These Lyrics, you can't do it. You have to think of the lyrics. So when you're playing it instrumentally, you would think Yellow Submarine or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, right? He couldn't get away from the lyrics. And you listen to Miles play My Funny Valentine, he actually didn't add a lot of notes. He displaced them a little, even like a singer would at the time. But he's following the melody with the lyrics until the very end, and he goes his own way in the last couple of measures there. So if you can get into a tune like this and listen to some of those vocals, vocals, or even if you're not a great singer, sing along. Just to, or learn how to phrase like a singer. It's going to make your playing so much more melodic. And just like someone these days, I'm kind of kidding with the Justin Bieber thing, but the guy's a good singer, he's a good musician. On some songs, he sings very melodically. He knows how to phrase. So, like his personality or whatever, I actually give him a lot of credit because he didn't have just a little tangent. He didn't have a childhood, and now he's getting his act together. So give people like that credit. But he does sing melodically. He writes nice songs. Or you could pick somebody else, Taylor Swift. You could pick a Billy Joel. You could pick even Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones. He knows how to sing melodically when he wants to, country music or this or that. So when you're doing Guilty, listen to the lyrics, bring in some of that charm, and then you'll play it. It's right there on a tune like this. So there you go. Immerse yourself in vocals for at least a few months. Your playing will be better for it. All right, here's the tune. notice I did a couple of different things. I started with a little intro, starting on the sharp 4, half diminished chord. Very typical of the time, 30s and 40s, and then I came back to it as an ending. I also did some nice block chord things I like. Very 40s, big band style, and then Milt Buckner and George Shearing popularized it on the keyboard. But it's imitation of a saxophone section, 4 or 5 voice saxophone section. So there you go. Not a tune that you might have come to. I certainly wouldn't unless I was going through this book again. I haven't played it in years, like I said, but it's fun. And it brings you back into that whole style of these beautiful vocals, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, Bing Crosby. Listen to 3 or 4 versions of this tune. Give it a try yourself. If you want step-by-step lessons or individual instruction, check me out at KeyboardImprov.com. I teach on Skype. You can do something there. Or you can work your way through my video course, and I give personal instruction there as needed. And you can stay in touch as much as you like if you're in that course. Thanks again, and good luck with your own journey through the real book. And I'll see you in the next one, which is another old classic, charming, Gypsy in My Soul.